What's good, Commanders fans? Super quick video here with the game being on Thursday. Just want to give a quick shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. Just doing an injury report update. They haven't come out with an injury report for today just yet, but Dan Quinn did have his press conference like 20 minutes ago, probably an hour ago. He did talk about guys. So Marshon Lattimore, he said Marshon Lattimore will not practice today. Also, Austin Seibert will not practice today, and special teams ace linebacker Nick Bellore will not practice today either. So that's not great news for Marshon. And as you guys see, there's the video of Dan Quinn walking with Marshon Lattimore. So it's just a quick turnaround. Of course, when we traded for him, I didn't know how serious the hamstring injury was or is. And honestly, if he's not practicing on Tuesday, now Dan Quinn did say that they're going to do more of a ramp up tomorrow. So we'll see if he does participate in the ramp up. But honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't look like he's going to play on Thursday. And if he's not 100%, I wouldn't force it. I know we need him badly. We need him desperately to match up with A.J. Brown, to match up with Devonta Smith. But I would not throw him out there if he's not 100% for sure. Like I said in the video last week, in a practice video, he did look like he was, jogging gingerly. So he did not look 100%. Now, Ben St. Juice has a dislocated finger as well. It's not really like a big deal. I mean, you can still go out there and play with a dislocated finger for sure. So he's still going to play. Now, he was out there with a red shirt on and not an actual jersey. JP Finley had a picture of that. So we'll see what happens with him. But he's going to play most likely. But Marshon, I know people are some kind of panicking. And like I said, I had to kind of dial back what I said in my recap video after the Steelers loss. We didn't trade for like damaged goods or anything like that. So I think he'll be fine. We have somewhat of a small mini type of bye, if you want to look at it that way, leading up to the Cowboys game. So if he comes back for the Cowboys game, where that's kind of a warm-up game, kind of a get-right game, going up against Cooper Rush and Trey Lance, because Trey Lance is going to get snaps in that game too. So it would be kind of a get-right game for Marshon. Or if he's still not ready for the Cowboys game, I wouldn't necessarily panic, because after the Cowboys game, I believe we do have our real bye. And we play the Titans after that, which, would not be ideal to wait to see Marshon Lattimore play literally 2 weeks or literally 3 or 4 games in that we made the trade for him. But, like I said, we don't want to rush him, and hamstrings, are very, very, very tricky. So actually, no, we don't even have the bye after Tennessee. So, potentially we could not see him until the Dallas game, or potentially for the Tennessee game. I don't think I say at the very latest, I would think the Tennessee game on December 1st, but it would be very, very wishful thinking to see him to think that we're going to see him Thursday night. Now, B-Rob, I think there is an opportunity. I think there's a chance, because he's practicing today. So that is good news. That's good news. So, but Dan Quinn says Wednesday will be the higher speed practice. So even with him, it's kind of iffy. We've seen the last couple of weeks where, he'll practice and he'll be limited, and then the next thing we get to the game, and they decide not to play him. Chris Rodriguez, Austin Eckler have been holding it down. Jeremy McNichols as well. So even B-Rob's a little iffy. He's not 100%. So we'll see what happens with him. It's just a lot of injuries. Cornelius Lucas, they talked about him, and they said, he practiced yesterday. He was limited. So there is a chance that we may see Cornelius Lucas, but I'm not really. He's expected to practice today, per John Kine, per Dan Quinn in his presser. But that one I'm not really tripping over, because Brandon Coleman's been holding it down. He did a good job on Sunday as well, and he gave like a 2.7 pressure rate or something like that. I saw somewhere where he did a darn good job. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up real quick, where Brandon Coleman had another really good showing. I feel like I have the stats right here. So yeah, lowest pressure rates allowed by rookie offensive lineman in Week 10. Brandon Coleman was number 3 with a 2.7 pressure rate allowed, 2.7% pressure rate allowed, which is really, really good. He only gave up 1 pressure, which is awesome, out of 37 snaps. So if Cornelius Lucas is not ready to go, I think I know Brandon Coleman will hold it down again against the Philadelphia Eagles. And also, the people that have been asking about Jamison Crowder, he still is on injured reserve, and they said that he's not ready to open that 21-day window yet, which is unfortunate. Now, some people did bring up Luke McCaffrey to put him back there to return punts, just to fill the punt, because we just don't have time for muffin punts and stuff like that. Even if you don't bring it back like 10 yards and make a productive punt return, I'm more concerned, like, it's to the point where it's like, hey, you got to be like Dax Milne and just fill the punt. We don't need anybody fooling around and muffing the punt. Dax Milne, what he would do, he wouldn't give you he wouldn't flip the field at all. He wouldn't give you any yak. He wouldn't give you any missing in the phone booth, nothing, none of that. But he would not muff the punt. And I think Luke McCaffrey's capable of doing that. Who else? Austin Eckler, I feel like, is capable of doing that. I know Mikey Sarris still was doing punt returns in practice, but I don't think they're going to fool around and risk him because of the cornerback situation. We just don't have the depth at this point. So, I mean, that's just probably Luke, Austin Eckler, and that's really it. I did say throw Terry possibly, but you don't want to risk him at all. But like I said, just have somebody catch the punt, not return it, but just catch it at this point. We're at this point right now because Olamide is just he's just messing the money up at this point with the muff punts. So that's just where we at with the punt returning. So that's it for Jameson Crowder. Trying to think who else. Also, Siebert, Nick Gonzalez is probably going to kick again. So I would be prepared for that, guys. And he did a good job. He made both his kicks, and he made a 48, 49-yard kick. So I was impressed with what we saw from Nick Gonzalez with the limited kicks that he had, and he made all his extra points too. So that's what I need to see from our kicker. Excuse me. So we'll see what happens with the cornerback spot, but I would not be optimistic for Marshon Lattimore to go out there and play. So Noah I's got to step up. Noah I's done a good job this season. I forgot to say his numbers yesterday. He's like top 5 in defenders that have prevented separation the most this season per PFF at 59.55%. So that's a good number for him. He's really prevented separation so far. I know he's given up a couple of touchdowns, but even the touchdown he gave up to George Pickens, he was there in the vicinity. It's not like Ben St. Juste where he literally got ran by Mike Williams. So that's the credit that I will give to Noah I. But other guys are going to have to step up with Marshon possibly not being ready. So just be prepared for that for sure. You guys let me know what you guys think. As always, Hail's Commanders. So we'll see what happens. But that is the injury report. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that really stands out. Yeah, just B-Rob. Looks like he's on a positive trajectory. But like I said, it's probably going to be a game time decision for him as well. All right, you guys let me know what you guys think. As always, Hail's Commanders. Peace.